What is up, guys? This is KOS Avenger, otherwise known as Rebel80 here on YouTube, and I am back here with another vlog video. And, well, I've thought about some things. Alright, so it's June, or no, wait, wow, I'm a month behind. It's July, jeez. It's July 6th, 2018. I'll probably be uploading this tomorrow, actually. But anyway, right, I'm a little bit discombobulated. So, this is, my second vlog video, I think, of the week. And I mean, I've thought about some things. So, first off, the way this video is going to work is I'm going to take, well, I'm not going to take too long, but I just kind of want to talk about stuff that's been going on with me, and then I'll talk to you guys about some stuff that's been on my mind recently. And yeah, we'll go from there. So, how's my life going so far? Well, it's pretty good, not bad. It's not terrible. I mean, it's summer. It's hot. It's not as hot as it would be in like Texas. In Maryland, it's still kind of sort of hot anyway. Anyway, I've actually recently just started reading a audiobook for the first time, and I just kind of figured out like how that works. So I've been using Audible, which oh, by the way, this video isn't sponsored by Audible at all. It's just I'm just talking about it. So, Audible is this kind of company that allows you to listen to audiobooks, and they allow you to listen to thousands of different books. It's very popular nowadays. Instead of reading a book by hand, you can listen to it on your phone. Hey, it's 2018. We gotta get tech popular here. And so you can actually go on Amazon, actually make an account and sign up, and you can actually buy an audiobook. You can buy one and get a 30-day trial of Audible, and you can buy one and get a second one free. And they actually also give you 1 credit to use, so you can actually use that to buy audiobook. So I actually bought Dr. Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules to Life, An Antidote to Chaos, and I'm currently reading it right now. Basically, it's about this psychologist. He's very popular, teaches at University of Toronto, I think. But basically, what he does is he kind of teaches about psychology, and he developed 12 different rules for life, and, well, I guess making the human existence better than it was before. So I'm currently reading about that. I think it's a great book. I'll definitely give a book review once I've done. It's quite fascinating. It's great. I'll try not to make these videos way longer than they need to be. I say that and I'm going to ramble on, and it's going to be like 20 minutes. I'm pretty much doing what everyone else has been doing, when they're, free for the summer and don't have a job, unfortunately. I've just been sort of chilling out, kind of helping around the house when I can, and God, I can't speak apparently. I'm getting strokes, apparently. What most 20-year-olds do. I've been sort of balancing working out, and just watching TV and watching movies and, mostly watching videos and playing video games. I know it's not really the best life ever, but hey, it's America. Like, come on. Anyway, I know it looks different right now. The room looks different, and you might be wondering, like, what happened to, like, the lights up there? Well, actually, the fan is out, so there's no lights there. So I have to use that bright light, God, over there. It's weird looking at my camera this way and then having to point that way, but that's okay. Anyway, right. So I've noticed, I've been thinking about, how do I make these videos better? How do I make them popular? And of course, I know there's a lot of people that are like, oh, I'm not going to listen to this kid talk for like 10 or 20 minutes. Like, I got more better things to do. Like, go get more likes on Instagram. Okay, like, I'm not really looking to be famous. I mean, I think secretly every young person wants to be famous, but once they become famous, then it gets tricky because then you have to balance like fan people and going out in public and hoping you don't get followed and like trying to maintain your image socially. And then when bad people find out about what you've done and they post about it, thus violating your privacy, then people can just make judgments and that kind of thing. Which ties me in to my other point that I wanted to talk about. Um, I could just make this vlog video and I could just make it and I could just talk about like, you know, by the way, this is how I just make things while I'm thinking. I could just make it about, me and what's going on and, things that are going in my family. And I mean, that's great. Don't get me wrong. I love, my family and what's going on. But that's just not, you know, I know there's some people that are going to be like, man, that's great, bro. Like, good for you. Like, I'm like, yeah, great. Um, but, I actually want to take this time and try and make my vlog video a little bit different. I don't just want to make it the same old thing. You guys have seen enough of me just sitting on my bed, talking to you. But I actually want to talk to you guys about something that's interesting to me. And something that kind of just hit me kind of a couple days ago. And I was just wondering, like, what do you guys think about it? And, something I just noticed recently is, like, haven't you noticed how, like, when popular people, like celebrities, for instance, how, like, people often idolize celebrities, and I think social media has a big contribution to that. But haven't you ever noticed that whenever, like, a politician or a celebrity or a famous person or an otherwise just well-known person, when the world finds out their secrets, because apparently the world can't get enough of people, like, God, where did privacy go? And they're just like, oh my gosh, like, we trusted this person. And, the internet just flips the house. It flips it. Like, they just flip, like, their minds are blown. And, I'm just thinking to myself, like, why did you put so much faith and promise into those people? Like, we all know that we're imperfect, and we all know all of the bad things that we're capable of, and we all know of the good things that we're capable of. But when did the internet become like, let's judge everybody behind a computer because that's cool, instead of, actually talking? Like, when did that happen? And I know some people are going to be like, well, you're a young person and you don't really talk to people as much. And I'm like, well, that's fair. That's fair game. You got me there. I don't really talk to as many people. I think that's partially due to, like, social media, but possibly also kind of sort of due to my autism as well. Not saying that I'm not capable of talking. It's just that, I don't quite pick up on everything. But, haven't you guys noticed that, like, why do people put so much faith into, like, popular people? Is it because you think that, because they're popular, they're better? So then you have to follow their example? Like, I don't really follow celebrities. I mean, I admire a few, like, and I say admire, like, I'm like, hey, yeah, they're pretty cool. Like, I like Chris Pratt and, Harrison Ford, they're alright. Like, Ashton Kutcher's pretty good. Like, they're pretty good. I don't necessarily, like, idolize them and follow them everywhere. That's weird. And, like, haven't you noticed that, like, I think this whole thing of, like, social media, it's great. Like, on the one hand, yeah, you get to find your long-lost friends and you get to find out what they're doing in their life. But on the other hand, you ignore your own life and you ignore some of the moments that, might be important. Like, you would never be on your phone, like, if you were a parent and, like, your first kid was being born. Like, no, you would want to be there for your wife. Like, I'm sure she would want you there too. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm just amazed at how low people are nowadays. Like, this is America. This is supposed to be about, like, freedom and democracy. Although of course we have to acknowledge that America is not a democracy. It's a constitutional republic, which are different. And I'm not gonna get into political stuff, but how? Yeah, and again, like, haven't you ever noticed, like, when famous people become famous, they have, like, this high, if you will. They might even be high, but I don't even know. But, like, they have this, like, awakening, and they're just like, oh yeah, I'm famous, and then, like, whenever somebody finds out about their past and then leaks about it, the whole internet just flips their they lose their mind. Like, they just flip themselves and they're like, oh my gosh, we trusted you. We thought you were good. We thought you were one of us. We thought you were a leader. And then they're just like, oh my gosh, I'm never listening to your music or whatever the hell they do. Like, why would you put so much faith in people at the top? And I'm not saying you shouldn't and put no faith. I mean, you do, because you have to trust these people. Like, especially in government. Like, you probably should trust them a little bit, but not really. I'm just saying you should probably be prepared for them to, you know, okay. What I mean is, why do people set such high expectations for famous people? And I understand, like, if it's the president or if it's a world famous leader, like, yes, you should have good, high expectations. Like, of course, they're a leader. Like, yeah, are they going to meet those expectations? Hopefully. Have they been? That's up to you. That's sort of a subjective point, in my view, because one person's expectation is someone else's low. You know what I mean? So, whereas someone could be like, wow, that person's doing a great job, that other person might be like, no, they're doing drugs, like, that's kind of bad. But why? The thing that I'm saying is, why have we become this society of just emotional, judgmental, cynical, and just aggressive people? And I mean overly aggressive. Like, back in the day, like, when manners existed, hopefully they do exist. I hope they exist. I would love to promote manners and civility. If someone bumped into you, hopefully they'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, like, excuse me, like, I'm sorry I bumped into you, and then you just walk away, be on your way and do whatever you're going off doing. But now, people are just like, oh my gosh, he bumped into me. This is, like, totally sexism or whatever. And it'll be like, what? Hold the phone there, Rambo. Like, geez, what is up? I mean, that's just one example, and other people will be like, hey man, they'll, like, you bump into them, and then they'll just give you this nasty look, and they'll just be like, did you just bump into me? Oh, you want a piece of me, tough guy? And then they'll just be like, no, like, no, dude, I'm sorry I bumped into you, like, hey. And, like, what is wrong with people? What is wrong with us? Like, humans are imperfect, and in my view, they're broken. And I don't mean that literally. I mean, yes, you can be broken. I mean that in the sense of, we will never have the capacity to just be good people. Like, that's naive. Like, are there good people? Yes. Should there be more good people? Yes. Can there be good people? Yes. Do people have the potential for good? Absolutely. But you gotta understand, like, why would you put so much faith in a popular person when all they care about is probably how much more likes they're getting on Instagram, or how many likes they're getting. That's what it's all about now. It's all about how many likes do I get? How popular am I? And like people don't even take the time to like look at yourself. Like I know someone's gonna be like, well, yeah, you should follow your own advice and like shave your face. I'm actually gonna do that, by the way, but that's not for you to care about. Anyway, you know what I mean? Like, what is wrong with us? Why? When did people become uncivilized in such a civilized manner? You know, and some people look for, like, okay, there's always going to be people that look for trouble, and there's always going to be people that are bad, and there's always going to be, you know, people that are obnoxious or that are annoying. See, but that's subjective. Now, I think we all know what's right, what's wrong, you know, like, for instance, murdering someone is wrong, but then you think about it, well, what if you're trying to defend yourself? You know, what if they try and attack you? Then it's self-defense. Then it's not really wrong, is it? You know, so I think context plays into it. But, like, when did people become so uncivilized? Like, you know, and I mean, there are people, like, have you seen how young people will literally do anything just to get likes? Like, there are idiots that are burning their hands on stoves now. Like, what's wrong with you? As a young person, I want to point that out. If you are burning your hands, or in any manner, if you're hurting yourself to get more likes from people, just to get an ounce of attention, something's wrong with you. I just want to make that statement. And like, what is up with people like eating Tide Pods? Jesus. And you know, I'd understand if like, oh, it's a little kid or a baby who they don't know any better. Like, and you should keep them out of the reach of children. That's what's on the damn label. But there are some grown, like, teenage people, like, yeah, they haven't matured, but they have a brain in there somewhere, right? Hopefully. You know, if they can't, like, you should stay home and not go outside and just don't interact with people. And, you know, they're eating Tide Pods. Like, this is stupid. This is stupid. Like, what possessed you to be like, oh, man, like, you want to make video? Like, let's be popular. Like, let's just do something stupid. And they're just like, yeah, man. And it's like he just reaches for the first, you know, thing that they're like, see this laundry detergent? Yeah, you should stick that in your mouth. Like, what are you? Like, how stupid are you? Like, no. You idiot. Like, no. Like, no. No, this is dumb. Why would you do that? And so I asked the same question. When people make mistakes, most people can forgive that. Now, I understand, you know, I know someone's going to be like, well, some people are just really bad and they can hurt people. That's true. Like, don't get me wrong. And I'm not saying this applies to everyone. This is just my opinion. I just want to acknowledge that. This is just my opinion. This has no bearing on your life or someone else's life. This has no effect. I mean, it has some effect. If you're willing to watch the video this long, then you must like something about me, I guess. I don't even know. But, like, when did people just become these, like, great, awesome people who, like, you can just trust them all the time? Like, how naive are you? And then they find out, oh, yeah, this person made a mistake. This person hurt this person stole money. This person hurt a woman. This person, you know, fought for a criminal or whatever. Like, you know, I'm just saying hypothetically. And then, you know, the internet just flips their crap. And on the one hand, it's like, yeah, free country, you can voice your own opinion. But since when did your opinion dictate what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, my opinion right now that I'm expressing is just my opinion. You know what I mean? When did people become such, like, so famous that, you know, every time they make a mistake, either it's just like, oh my gosh, we trusted you. We thought you were cool. I'm never listening to your music again, or whatever. Like, and then there are the people that overreact and they're just like, well, yeah, we should just kill you because you're dumb. Like, no. No. No, if you think that way, there's something wrong with you. There really is. Because why would you hurt someone? Better yet, why would you ever think that way? Why? What? Because they didn't appease you? Because they didn't, do things the way you wanted them to? That's how life is. I just want people to know that. That's how life is. Life is hard. Life sucks. It's not what you expect it to be. People are dumb. People are stupid. They always will be. People will always make mistakes. So don't put complete faith, I should say. Don't put complete faith in people that whenever they mess up and they hurt somebody, that's their problem, right? And if they did do something wrong, well, hey, whether in this life or in the next, they're going to get what's coming for them, right? Karma, universe, they're going to get what they came for. They reap what they sow, right? Since when did people become these like emotional, aggressive, judgmental people without actually acknowledging their own faults? Like I recently watched a video actually about this person that was homeless, and they kind of gave their story, and they talked about how they had to sleep everywhere, had to sleep in parks and on benches, how they basically have been living off of what people gave them and money, and that's a different issue. But I mean, he talked about how some people will walk by and they'll just, and I guess this person clearly, because they're homeless, they don't look as good because, they don't have a home. They don't have the luxury of a shower or something like that. I don't even know if they have that at a homeless shelter. I hope they do. But, and people would walk by and be like, go get a job. Dude, okay, you don't know that person's story. You don't know that person. You don't know how their lives became to be. And why does it matter what mistakes they did when you're just as bad? You know what I mean? Am I wrong? Am I just saying stuff? That's how I feel. Anyway, if you've watched this long, I mean, thanks for watching. I just want to say thanks for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment if you want to. You don't have to. You can go see my podcast. It's called The Aaron Zajac Show. We'll be making podcasts every week. And that was just my thoughts kind of on how things are going. And I just want to say thank you guys for watching. This is KOS Avenger, otherwise known as Rebel 80, signing off. You guys have a great day. Stay safe, stay smart, stay in school, and don't be dumb. Alright, see you guys.